It's important that we understand the thinking processes involved in being creative, and therefore how we use our animal coaches in that way. I know that most of us aren't actually developers or even inventors of products, but that would be a great way to train in the thinking processes by actually looking at a tangible product and inventing something new. For example, let's take a car and let's do something mad with it. Let's do something very different with it and understand the creative thinking processes involved using the animals. So, the car. Right now, what we need to do is be very creative about it, and we're going to take some cards at random, and we've got a chameleon, okay? And so once we're going to think like a chameleon, we're going to think, what sort of solutions can we bring which might change according to the situation? You know, like the chameleon's colours change. So what could we think of in terms of a car? For example, the colours on the outside of the car, they change according to if the driver inside is tired. Okay? Just as an idea. Alright? But that's the thinking process. If we were to take the octopus, so thinking like an octopus, we're thinking, you know, what would we want to duplicate? What do we want to make more of that is successful? Well, we know that the driving, we know that the whole driving mechanism is successful. So what if we put all the instruments and the pedals on both ends of the car so that you could actually drive the car in either direction, going forward? Now, of course, if you think about it, an octopus and duplication and multiplication, it already exists. That's how we have driving instructors with two sets of pedals in the same car. That's thinking like an octopus. Still thinking of ideas for our car. If we take a parrot, a lot of things associated with being in a car are very serious, and in fact they should be. But it's all right to think like a parrot, which means where can we add a bit more excitement to it? Where can we add a bit more fun to what's going on? Well, two ideas which perhaps come to mind. One is, you know, we've got the GPS, which tells us where to go. Well, what if we had a GPS which was just fun, humorous, completely made no sense whatever, but when we were listening to it in the car, it would actually make the experience much more fun. By the way, now thinking about it, we could also use that as a way that if I'm feeling tired and I'm driving, if I then actually turn that GPS on, it's going to wake me up because it's just funny. Okay? So that was thinking like a parrot. If I would take the lizard wants us to ask, what can I get rid of? What don't I need? What don't I need but I think I need, but actually we can manage very well without? What would that be? Well, we really need the steering wheel, don't we? Or do we? I believe there is already an invention of having a car without a steering wheel. Okay? Or, well, that's what it means to think like a lizard. Alright? Now, that is a way to understand the thinking processes involved. We ask the questions in the head of that particular coach.